The Love of Life Part 11. Taf-seir of Surah Al-Baqarah. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome back to Sufi Essence. In our last session, we embarked on a profound and meticulous analysis of the spiritual hypocrisy of the children of Israel. As the Quran laid bare their arrogant rejection of the prophets and their denial of the final revelation, a denial born not of ignorance, but of envy and pride. We learned that selective faith and a fractured heart lead to a life of disgrace and eternal ruin. Today we will continue this incisive critique, exploring the core spiritual diseases that plague them: a deeply ingrained selective belief, a love for worldly symbols over Allah, and a profound, terrifying fear of death that belies their claims of being Allah's chosen people. The verses we are about to delve into offer a timeless, piercing insight into the human condition and the ultimate test of sincerity. The Quran begins this section by directly addressing their claim of exclusive belief. Wa, Edon, Kla, Lahom Jaminu, Bim, Anzala, Alukul, Numinu Bim, Anzila Alain Wa, Yakferna, Bim Warhahu, Wahua, Alkak, Mogadakan Limb, Mahamkol, Falima Takjalena, Ambaya, Alhimin, Kablu, Inkantum Mumin. And when it is said to them, "Believe in what Allah has revealed," they say, "We believe in what was revealed to us," and they disbelieve in what is beyond that, while it is the truth confirming that which is with them. Say, then why did you kill the prophets of Allah before, if you should be believers? This verse masterfully exposes a central spiritual ailment, the belief that one's own revelation is sufficient. It's a rejection of any subsequent revelation. The phrase Numinu Bim Anzila Alain, we believe in what was revealed to us, is a manifestation of an exclusionary, tribalistic faith, one that is not concerned with the universal truth, but with the perceived superiority of one's own group. This is a profound spiritual trap. True faith is a submission to the source of all revelation, which is Allah, not to the lineage or group that was the vessel for that revelation. The Quran immediately refutes this claim by stating that the new revelation, the Quran, is Al-Kak, Mugadakan, Limba, Ahum, the truth confirming that which is with them. The Quran did not come to abolish the truths in the earlier scriptures, but to confirm and perfect them. It is the final piece of the puzzle, a universal message for all of humanity. The Quran then uses a powerful rhetorical question to expose the lie of their claim. Kol Falima Taktulena Anbiya Alhi Min Kablu In Kunto Mumin. Say, then why did you kill the prophets of Allah before, if you should be believers? This is a devastating and unanswerable question. If their claim of believing in what was revealed to them was genuine, they would not have killed the very prophets who were sent with those revelations. This exposes the deep contradiction in their hearts. They claimed faith, but their actions demonstrated a profound rejection of the divine will. For a Sufi, this verse is a reminder that faith is not a mere verbal declaration. It is a profound state of the heart that is reflected in one's actions. A person's actions are a more accurate reflection of their spiritual state than their words. The narrative continues to dismantle their claims by reminding them of a specific historical betrayal. Walaka jayakam masib buwal bayinti, thuma adaka tumu, alij lamin badihi wa antam kalimin. And Moses had certainly come to you with clear proofs. Then you took the calf for worship after him, while you were wrongdoers. This verse recalls the incident of the golden calf, a story we have already explored, but it is repeated here for a specific rhetorical purpose. The Quran is using this as a historical counterpoint to their claim of believing only in what was revealed to them. They did not even believe in their own prophet, Moses, peace be upon him. When he left them for a brief period, they abandoned the very Tawhid he had taught them and reverted to idolatry. The use of the word al-bayint, clear proofs, is crucial here. They had undeniable proofs of Allah's oneness and power, yet they still chose to worship a man-made idol. This act of profound spiritual betrayal, done while they were kolim and wrongdoers, demonstrates that their claim of "we believe" was hollow from the very beginning. The Quran then proceeds to a truly profound and terrifying indictment of their spiritual state. Wa, idh, akadan, makakam, wa, rafa, in, Falkakumu, Alkura, Kudor, MD, Tainakum Baikwatan Wa, Isma G Kul, Samien, Wa, Akani, Wa, Ashrib. GF Kul Bihimu al Ijla by Kufrihim, Kul by Samya Morakam, by Hebamnukam, in Kuntum Mumin. And remember when we took your covenant and raised over you the mount? Saying, take what we have given you with determination and listen, they said. We hear and disobey, and they were made to drink the calf into their hearts because of their disbelief. Say, how wretched is that which your faith commands you to do, if you should be believers. This verse is a spiritual masterpiece. It once again recalls the terrifying scene of the covenant at Mount Sinai. The mountain was raised over their heads as a physical manifestation of the gravity of the oath they were taking. The command was simple. Kudur MD, Tenakum, Baikwatan Wa, Ismaji. Take what we have given you with determination and listen. The command was to take the revelation with strength and to listen with obedience. Their response, however, was a direct and defiant admission of their spiritual state. Kwelsami Enwa Akani, they said, we hear and disobey. This is a profound statement of a heart's rebellion against the divine will. It is a state of conscious disobedience, a state of spiritual paralysis where the ears hear but the heart refuses to submit. The most powerful and haunting phrase of the entire verse is Wa Ashrib. GF Kol Behimu al Ijla by Kufrahim. And they were made to drink the calf into their hearts because of their disbelief. The verb ashrib comes from the root shariba, which means to drink. This is not a literal act. It is a profound spiritual metaphor. The love for the golden calf. The idol of materialism and worldly attachment was not just an external act of worship. It was an internal disease that had penetrated their very hearts and spiritual being. It had become part of their spiritual bloodstream, a love that was so ingrained that it had replaced their love for Allah. This is the ultimate spiritual sickness, where a heart that was created to be a vessel for the love of Allah is instead filled with the love of the world, represented here by the calf. For a Sufi, this is a beautiful and terrifying image of a heart that is completely attached to dunya, the worldly life, a heart that has become so saturated with the love of what is physical and tangible that it has lost its capacity for the love of the unseen. The verse concludes with a devastating rhetorical question. Kol biasam yamarakam bihibamnukam, in kuntum muminse. How wretched is that which your faith commands you to do, if you should be believers. This is a direct attack on their claimed faith. The Quran is not saying that their faith is wrong. It is saying that their faith itself, the faith that leads them to disobey and to worship idols, is a wretched and corrupt faith. This is a powerful, final refutation of their claim of being believers. The narrative then moves to a new, but related critique, one that directly challenges their claim of being Allah's chosen people and the inheritors of the hereafter. Kolin kunat lakumu aldru, alakiratu inda alhi.
A klika kata min dini alni sa.
Fatamanawu almada, in kuntum kitakan. Walan yatamanahu abadan. Bim kadamat, I dream wa, alkaman by alkaliman. Say, if the home of the hereafter is exclusively for you with Allah, excluding other people, then wish for death if you should be truthful. But they will never wish for it, ever, because of what their hands have put forth. And Allah is knowing of the wrongdoers. This is a powerful, direct challenge to their spiritual arrogance. They claimed that paradise was exclusively for them, that they were a chosen people with a monopoly on Allah's grace. The Quran challenges this claim with a simple, profound test. If you are so certain that the hereafter is a better place and that it belongs exclusively to you, then wish for death. The verb tamonawu almata. Wish for death is a direct invitation to the one who is truly longing for the next life. This test is a cornerstone of Sufi thought. The true believer, the one whose heart is filled with the love of Allah, does not fear death, but longs for the meeting with their Lord, lik Allah. They see death not as an end, but as a gateway to the ultimate reality. The person who fears death is the one who is attached to dunya, the one who has not fulfilled their covenant with Allah, the one who has more to lose in this life than they have to gain in the next. The Quran then states a simple, irrefutable fact, Walan yatamanahu abadan bim kadamat idrim. But they will never wish for it. ever because of what their hands have put forth. The word abadan, ever, forever, emphasizes the certainty of this statement. They will never wish for death because their actions, their sins, their disobedience, and their love for the golden calf have filled their spiritual record with things they are afraid to face. This is the ultimate spiritual paradox. The people who most claim a monopoly on salvation are the most terrified of meeting their Lord. The verse concludes with a reminder of Allah's omniscience. Wa, Alhu, Alkman, by Alkalimin, and Allah is knowing of the wrongdoers. Allah knows the secrets of the hearts. He knows that their fear of death is a direct consequence of their actions and their internal spiritual state. The final verse in this section provides a physical manifestation of this internal spiritual sickness. Wa lataji danaham akraka, alni asayalb, wadna, aladna, ashrak, yawadna, ahwada, ahada, ahumla, uamadu, alfu, sanatin wa, md, wa, imaziziki, mina al, ada bianu, amarawa, alrubakron, bimyamalan, and you will surely find them the most greedy of people for life. Even more than those who associate others with Allah, one of them wishes that he could be granted life for 1,000 years. But he would not be removed from the punishment by his being granted life, and Allah is seeing of what they do. This is a powerful and direct statement on their insatiable love for life. The phrase, akraka, al-niasai, alb-katain, the most greedy of people for life, is a profound spiritual diagnosis. They are even more attached to worldly life than the pagans, who at least believe that after death they may be reunited with their gods. The children of Israel, with their knowledge of the day of judgment and the reality of the hereafter, should have been the most prepared for death, yet they were the most desperate to avoid it. Their desire to live for 1,000 years is not a desire for more good deeds. It is a desperate attempt to escape the inevitable meeting with Allah and the consequences of their actions. The verse concludes with a devastating spiritual reality. Living for 1,000 years will not save them from punishment. Their worldly life, no matter how long, is just a temporary delay. The verse concludes with a reminder of Allah's sight. Wa ohu bakran, bim yamalan, and Allah is seeing of what they do. This is a final, sobering reminder that all of their actions and intentions are known to Allah. My dear viewers, these verses offer a deep and profound look into the spiritual diseases of the heart. They teach us that selective faith is a betrayal of the truth, that a heart filled with the love of worldly things, the metaphorical calf, has no room for the love of Allah, and that the ultimate test of a true believer is not a claim of superiority, but a sincere longing for the meeting with their Lord. The stories of the children of Israel are a timeless lesson for all of us. Let us not be among those whose hearts are hardened by disbelief and whose love for life makes them terrified of death. Let us be among those whose hearts are softened by divine grace, whose love is for Allah alone, and whose longing for the hereafter makes them grateful for every moment of life that they are granted. Join me in our next session as we continue our journey into the succeeding verses of this magnificent surah. Until then, may Allah bless you with ilm and yakin. Assalamu alaikum.